friends, welcome to my channel Chic and Savvy, where we talk about all things relating to planning and budgeting. My name is Carissa, and today we will be cash stuffing my paycheck for week 1 and week 2 of May. So let's get into it. Guys, I already recorded this video and it did not save again, so we are trying this one more time. So if you see some of my stuff and my tracker is already filled out, that's because I already did this, but we're just gonna do it again. So we are stuffing my paycheck for week 1 and week 2 of May. So me and my husband went on our anniversary trip, and I decided that I didn't want to film that week. I just wanted to enjoy because we were gone for 4 days, and those are the days I usually film. So I didn't want to stress myself out, so I just saved that money in my bank account, and we're gonna stuff that cash this week. So for week 1, we're stuffing $159, and week 2, we're stuffing $415 for a total of $574. So we will only be stuffing my wallet once because I did already spend that money in week 1. But we have all of this cash, which is a lot. So let's go ahead and give this a count. So move this over a little bit. We have 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, yes, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 400, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 500, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 2, 3, and 4. So 574 is all here. And a lot of these bills are super beat up. So we're just gonna make it work. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's in my wallet. Not cash stuffing for a week was super chaotic. My finances and my money was so all over the place. So I know that this system works because without it, it was a struggle. And without filming, I was so out of my routine. It was also a struggle. So I'm so happy to be back in routine and filming again. So let's see what's left in my wallet. It looks like we have some money left over. So spending, I have $5. And because everything was so chaotic, I have a lot more money in here than I usually would, which maybe that's a good thing. But we'll see where we put that money in place of, like, well, where we're gonna save it. I think I know where I want to put it, but we'll see at the end. Eating out has $1. Fun times, let's see. It has $4. These are crispy. And self-care has nothing. Household household has $1. I think, yes. And donations has nothing. Okay, so our wallet is all good to go to restuff it. So for spending, we are going to put $10. So I give myself $30, but $20 goes on my debit card and $10 goes into my wallet. And so for the ones that were in here that were left over, we're gonna put those in my $1 savings challenge. All right, eating out is going to get its usual 30. So we're gonna do a 20 and a 10. Fun Times gets its usual 30, so we'll do a 20 and a 10. Self-Care is getting stuffed this week, so we're gonna go ahead and do 50. So we're gonna do 2 20s and a 10. So I stuff this envelope once a month, and this week we are going to stuff it. So I did stuff household last week, so it already got stuffed for the month, so we're not putting anything in there. And donations is getting 5. So we'll put 5 in here. All right, so our wallet is all good to go for the week. First, we'll do my high priority binder. Okay, so I have my sheet here that I'm going to be using because I'm stuffing all of my envelopes for week 1 and week 2. So I'll be looking at this. So for emergency fund, we are going to be stuffing $10 for week 1 and $10 for week 2. And my tracker already has those amounts, so we'll get a 10 and a 10. So we have 100, 200, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So we have $260. One month ahead is getting $10 for week 1 and $10 for week 2. So we are getting a 10 and a 10. So we have 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Investing is getting $10 for week 1 and $10 for week 2. So we don't track this because we just take the money out every single month. So let's get a 10 and a 10. Let's move this over a little bit. And then Future Home is getting 10 for week 1. And so 10 for week 1 and 30, I think. Yes, 30 for week 2. So I already have that on my tracker. So we'll grab a 10 for week 1 and a 20 and a 10 for week 2. So this has 50, 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 60, 70, 75. So 275 in Future Home. So we are still planning to purchase a house at the end of the year. So we will be putting in different amounts in this envelope. This is not all the money that we have that we're putting towards the house. We have a separate account that has money in it. But I do need to bulk this up because we do need to save quite a bit. So over the next 6 months, you'll be seeing this envelope get stuffed with as much money as we can. Future Family is going to be getting 10 for week 1 and 10 for week 2. So it has 100, 10, 20, 30, 40. Car maintenance is going to be getting 10 for week 1 and 10 for week 2. So we did have to spend money out of here, and we're gonna need to start building this back up. I think I do need to get an oil change, but my car registration is not due till November. So we have a little bit of time, but because my car is somewhat newer, the registration is like, I think maybe 500, so I definitely need to start stuffing this. This is a new envelope that I have put in here. It's for subscriptions. So in preparation for buying a new house, me and my husband looked at all of our bills to see what we can cut down. So that way, when we have to start paying a mortgage, we still will be able to save a good amount that we want. And so a lot of our bills are subscriptions, and we looked at which ones would save us money if we paid them annually. And we decided that we were going to start saving so that way we could pay them annually once we moved into our house. And that number came to, I think it was like $500 to $600 a year that we would need for all of the subscriptions. So we're going to start putting money in here so that way we can pay all of those at once, and then we'll continue to save so we only pay that once a year. So I think I'll be starting that. I don't know if it's next week or the week after, but at some point we'll start putting money in there. Let's move on to our low priority binder. Okay, travel is going to be getting $5 in week 1 and $120 for week 2. So we are still using this money to save for the wedding that we're going to in Oregon. And that money has already, we already used our travel card to buy the plane tickets and the hotel. So this money is just to pay that money back. So we put $120 and then a $5 bill. So we have $100, $50, $170, $90, $210, $230, $250, $60, $70, $80, $90, $300, $5, $10, $15, $20, $25, $30, $35, $40. So we have $340. I don't know if I just want to put this money directly onto the card or leave it in the bank account and pay it all at once. I'm not sure yet. So we'll just keep that in here until I decide what I want to do, because we want to be smart about paying our card because we don't want to pay interest. So we'll see what we do with that. Gifts is going to be getting $5 for week 1 and $5 for week 2. And it currently doesn't have anything in it. We had so many birthdays and just other kinds of things happen last month. So this now has $10. Home is going to be getting $5 for week 1 and $5 for week 2. I think I already spent this money because I think we went over our budget for household. So I might need to unstuff this, but we'll just leave it in here for now. Dental, so this is getting $5 for week 1 and $5 for week 2. It currently doesn't have anything. So me and my husband, we were going back and forth on what to spend this money on, and we decided to use it for a bill that he had to pay off. And we paid that, and so that's all good. But he went to the dentist, and he hasn't gone to the dentist in quite a long time. And we knew when he went, he was going to need a lot of work done. So we were kind of already prepared for that. But he did go, and it is a lot. But good thing we have good health insurance and dental insurance. So our portion that we need to pay is going to be covered by our HSA and our FSA account, because we do contribute to those. So we won't have to pay anything out of pocket. That money is already on our FSA and HSA cards, so we should be good to go. But we want to continue to save money here just in case anything happens. I probably should change this to just insurance, like health insurance, because I want to start saving money so that way if anything happens, we have enough money to pay our copay, because we still have, not our copay, our deductible, because we still have deductible for dental and for medical. And we do contribute to an FSA account every paycheck, but it's never, it's always a good idea to just have extra money in here. So I might change this to health insurance or deductibles, but we'll see. Holidays is going to get $5 for week 1 and $5 for week 2. It currently does, it does have a $5. It has $5 in it, and we're going to put a 5 and another 5, so it has 15. Easter really took a lot of the money, all the money that was in here, because we had a lot of people over for Easter, and I had a lot of different games and prizes, and a lot of that, all the money went towards that, but it was super fun. Christmas is getting $5 for week 1 and $5 for week 2. And I definitely need to condense this. So we're gonna do 5 and 5. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Our little $5 are adding up. So when this hits 100, I'll probably put in a placeholder and put this money in the bank. And I created my own placeholders, so I'm really excited to show you guys. I really wanted to make some for myself just to see, and I just did put them on cardstock. They're nothing fancy, but I'll show you guys those maybe at the end if I remember. And Buffer is getting $5 for week 1 and $5 for week 2. So we don't track this. We just put it in here and use it for any thing that we need to pull. If we don't have enough money in an envelope, I'll usually take it from there. All right, so our low priority binder is done. All right, next we'll move to our personal binder. Okay, so me and you, this envelope is a little confusing. So this envelope we were using for me and my husband's anniversary trip, and we went on that trip last weekend, and of course we went over budget, but it wasn't by a crazy amount. And we used our travel card to pay for the trip, and then we were saving to pay that money back. So we put, for last week, we put in $335, and then I used that money to put towards the card, so we're at 0. And then this week we put in $380 into the envelope, and then I used that money to put back onto our credit card as well. So this currently has 0. So we have total saved, let's see, $750, $335, $380. So $1,465, which I'm super proud of us for being able to do that. But we do owe a little bit more, I think. I don't know the exact amount, but we will have this eventually paid off, either in the next, I'm pretty sure the next cash stuffing or the one after that. So that has 0. I think the next trip that we want to take is going to be at the end of the year. We have a few ideas of where we want to go, but we'll see how that works out because we are trying to buy the house. Okay. For our personal envelopes, I added a new envelope for my husband called haircuts. So he gets a haircut every 2 to 3 weeks. So we wanted to start saving money for that because we were just spending money or pulling it from Buffer, and it didn't make sense because it is something that he does every single 2 to 3 weeks. So we might as well just save for it. So I do have this in here. So we will be saving money in here. I think the next paycheck, not this one, and putting it in this envelope. But for our personal ones, week 1, we both are getting $10, and week 2, we both are getting $5. So my denominations are definitely off because I didn't get them correctly. So we will do our $10 first. I'm gonna put $10 in shopping, and I already updated my tracker, so I have $20, and I know what I already want to spend this on. There's some pants that I want from Target. I have them in brown, but I really want them in black, so I'm gonna try to save for those. And $5 I'm gonna put in planner, and that doesn't have anything currently. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. And then my husband gets 10 and a 5 also, and he's gonna put his in gaming, so $10 in gaming. He just took all the money out of here, so all of his envelopes I think have 0. So we have 10 in gaming, and then we're gonna put 5 in hobbies. All right, so these envelopes are good to go. I can get this 5 in. There you go. All right. So next is our savings challenges. So I had to switch these envelopes to these, what is this called? I don't even remember what these are called, but I had to switch them to these types of envelopes because I had to create 2 new envelopes and I didn't have enough of these ones. So that's why they look a little different. But for saving, we are gonna be stuffing 2 bubbles. I already colored them in. So 10 for week 1, and I have no more 10s. So we'll do 10 for week 1 and then 10 for week 2. I swear I had more 10s, but it's okay. So we have 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So we have 180 towards this challenge, and our goal is for 80. So we're getting there. All right, Savopoly. Let me get my sheet. For Savopoly, I already have the 2 weeks on here. So before that, the last week of April, we were at 22. And then I rolled a 12 and I got 24 for week 1 of May. And then I rolled again, and then I got 25 for the 2nd week of May. So today we're gonna be stuffing 24 for week 1 and 25 for week 2. I get this Savopoly from LittleBirdieCananda. I absolutely love it. So we don't count this till the end of the year, but we're gonna be stuffing 24 for week 1. And then 25 for week 2. And we're not gonna count this, even though I really want to, but we're not gonna count it. And then let's go ahead and skip monthly for now. Let's get these $1 out of the way. So I have these $1 from our wallet. Let's see how much we actually saved. We saved $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $11, which I think that's the most I've ever saved out of my wallet. But we're gonna put these $6 in our $1 savings challenge. And I told myself I wanted to be better about this, so that's really good. Okay, and I think we're gonna put this 5 to our monthly challenge, but I have my new May one. So I make these challenges myself on Canva. This is the design I decided to choose for May. It's super random, but it has meaning to me. So I create this challenge. It's a $60 challenge. Each icon is worth $5. And the icons I picked usually represent the month in some way. So we have Mother's Day this month. So I have like a stamp, the flowers, a little mom and a girl here. And then it's Cinco de Mayo this month. So we have a sombrero, a cactus, a taco, fiesta. And then it's Memorial Day this month. So I have some fireworks and the flag. And then also I'm going on a work trip to Texas. And so the city that I'm going to, I found some icons to represent it. So we have this building here, some cowboy boots, an armadillo, and I put a little lasso here. So I love these challenges because I get to color them in and I think they're super fun and they represent me and what's going on for the month. And so I really enjoy that. So we are coloring quite a few icons today. So for the first week, we budgeted $10. And for the second week, we budgeted $15. And then I have this extra $5 from my wallet that I'm also gonna stuff in here. So we are coloring in $5, $10, $15, $20, $25, $30 worth. And that is half the challenge. So I'm gonna color in these 6 icons. Let me go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna color these in and then I'll show you guys what it looks like once I'm done. All right, we are all done coloring in our challenge. I'm so glad I did that off camera because that took me a hot second to do because there was so much detail, but I'm loving how this is turning out. I colored in the sombrero, the stamp, the building, the flowers, fireworks, and the cactus. Look at that cactus. Ah, he's so cute. So we are stuffing $30 into this challenge. So let's go ahead and put this money, oh, flying 5. Put this money back into our envelope. And it is already halfway done. Oh, this is not going in the way it needs to. There we go. All good to go. So we are all done cash stuffing for week 1 and week 2. I'm so happy to be back on a routine. You guys have no idea, but it's all good. We're organized. We're back to center, and we're going to have a good month. But I want to thank you all for being by my side throughout this journey, and I can't wait to see where life takes us. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, friends.